Okay, boys and girls. So today I want to talk about the one set method, right? This is a method that I used in my first bulk, now I'm in my second bulk. But in my first bulk, I used this one set method for my legs, specifically on the pistol squats, like you're seeing in the background video as well. But I got some really good results from this. So today, I was just doing this training because I didn't want to have a long leg workout. My legs were destroyed already from all of the hiking and running I've been doing. So I chose to go for the short pain instead. And this training method is the definition of short but sweet pain. And I want to talk about a couple things. First of all, the most invalid criticism you can have for this training. And then second of all, about the benefits. And then third, I want to talk about, the disadvantages of this training, which obviously, there will be as well. But first of all, the most invalid criticism that this training method will get is one set trainings can never be hard enough. Now, by definition, right, if your workout consists of going to your maximum effort, you have no right to complain that it's not hard enough. I mean, you choose how much effort you put in, right? You go to failure, you put out your max effort, and if afterwards you say that the workout was too easy, you have yourself to blame, right? You should have just kept pushing during the set then if it was too easy. Because if you truly push yourself, this workout is not gonna be easy. It's one of the most dreadful workouts that you can do if you get used to it. Because just like the planche, just like the pistol squat, just like the front lever, just like any movement or action in life that you can do, going all out is a skill. You have to practice it. So the first time you try this workout, yes, it might not be that hard, right? Let's say you're doing the pistol squats just like me, right? I got 33 in this set, but whatever, right? You're gonna do the pistol squats. I did one pistol squat every 3 seconds. I didn't allow myself any rest. But anyway, you push yourself, you start burning and you stop, right? That's your first time trying to give out an all-out effort. But then you recover and you try again. And yes, you get stronger, but you also get better at resisting the burn, resisting the pain, going through it, and having a more intense workout. When I first started this workout, right, like I was like doing 20 pistol squats, something like that. I was very weak at the time still in my legs. And then the second set, I would do more sets of this, right? At that point, the second set, I would try again and I would get like 12 or 14. That's 60 to 70%. But as time went on, I got up to 50 pistol squats. And then I started doing it with weight. So I used 10 kilos and I got up to 44 pistol squats. Like that's my all-time best. And during those last few sessions, no matter how much I tried, if I did another set, which sometimes I did, right, I wouldn't even get 20% of my first effort because I was able to push myself that much harder. It's a skill. So the criticism of this training is not intense enough, that's entirely your own fault. You have yourself to blame. Like if you say that, you're the problem. All right, that's the only thing I'm gonna say about that. All right. Second of all, benefits of this training. First of all, I mean, I guess this goes without saying time wise, very efficient, right? You like for example, I'm doing the pistol squat now, so it's actually 2 sets because I have to do one set on every leg and I take some rest in between. Even then, it's like 15 minutes. But you know, talking a bit about the rep scheme here, I would say like take an exercise, and I'll repeat this at the end, I guess, like some tips on how to do this training. But pick an exercise you can do at least 12 reps, right? And then try to improve upon it every time. Get to 15 reps, 20 reps as time goes on, right? Like you do those or you do that exercise, right? And basically you have a bit of a warm up set, and then you do the normal or like your all out set. So I would say in total you can get this shit done within 10 minutes. Let's say it's push ups, you do a couple push ups and then you go all out on the push ups. Like you need one warm up set practically, and that's it. So very time efficient, of course. Another benefit is you're gonna get insanely strong at one single particular exercise. Now, in my case, it's the pistol squat, right? I was starting this exercise, pistol squat. I got like 20 reps, I guess, on body weight. Then I took a couple days of rest, and then I went again, and I got 25, and then 30, and then 35, and I got up to 40 and 50, and then I did weighted. So you're making insane progress on this one single all-out set. So you're gonna become very strong, very efficiently, right? And also, I guess I should mention regarding the time. You do this training once, you go all out. In the beginning, I guess it will take you like, if it's for legs, 3 days to recover, maybe, right? And then you go again and you get a better score. Now, if you keep doing it every 3 days, right, you're gonna notice your gains are gonna start to diminish because you're able to push yourself further, so you have to recover. So when you get really used to this kind of training, you're gonna have to rest, I would say, 5 to 6 days. You're doing this workout practically once a week. And that's when I mean by time efficient, right? Let's say you take an exercise for push, the push up, you take your pull up, and you take your squat. That's 3 exercises. You train 3 times a week, once each exercise, 10 minutes, and you're gonna make insane gains. I mean, gonna make good gains. And I guess, that brings me to the disadvantage. It's a very like specific one exercise training, which means, yes, you're gonna get good results. Yes, you're gonna get strong at one exercise. But the reason you don't see bodybuilders doing this, or you see other athletes doing this a lot, is because it's not the best way. It's not, you know, the best way to get your total amount of potential gains, right? It's gonna give you a lot of gains in a very short time. But if you were to spend more time, right, and you do more exercises, maybe not all the time to your maximum, you're gonna make more gains in general. That's just how it happens. It's not like, this fairy tale world where, the one set method will trump all other methods. No, it's very good for a specific goal within a limited time frame. But if you wanna build muscle, right, of course, it's gonna, having some volume is gonna help you as well. If you wanna get strong, have it like letting your body adapt to a movement pattern is going to be very beneficial, and for that you don't have to, or you should not go to your max all the time. So there's drawbacks as well, right? But this training is very good because, like I said, those two benefits: first of all, time; second of all, you're going to get strong at that one single exercise, allowing you to build muscle as well, right? You're going to build muscle, no worries, but it's just not going to be, peak bodybuilder performance, because if it was, then every bodybuilder would do this. And, you know, I guess it's fair to say Mike Mincer, if you know that bodybuilder, he did do this method. He used it for his clients and he got good results, right? I just think, in the modern bodybuilder world, people are not doing it, probably because they're getting better results, going for an all out workout that takes like 1 to 2 hours, maybe, right? But not everyone has the time. Anyway, lastly, some tips for this workout. As I mentioned in the beginning, you're not able to push yourself very hard yet. That's just the reality. So you can do one exercise every 3 days or something, or every 4 days, maybe if it's legs, right? And then as time goes on, you're going to be able to push yourself harder. I would just say, when you notice the gains are starting to diminish, take an extra rest day, right? Rest days are important for this because when you go all out, the further you go to your limit or even surpass it, right, the longer it's going to take exponentially to recover. So eventually, like I said, you're going to have basically a leg day once a week in a push-up, or like a push workout once a week and a pull workout once a week. And that will be beneficial. Now, as for reps, I mean, I don't have to explain sets because it's only one set, right? But for the reps, personally for me, I really enjoyed the pistol squat and pushing to 50 reps, but it might have been a bit too much. So I would say, right, take an exercise you can do 12 to 15 reps at least. That's like a good sweet spot. You don't want to start doing this with an exercise you can only do for 2 reps, because then it's a very big hurdle to get 3 reps next time. But if you get to 12 reps to 15 reps and so on, right, going that extra rep, it takes, of course it's going to be hard, but the relative effort there compared to the other reps, like the hurdle you have to surpass, the extra energy you have to put out compared to what you've already done, is going to be less, right? If you have 2 reps and then you need a third, that's 50% extra you need. But if you have 10 reps and then you have another one, that's like 10%, right? And so on and so forth. So personally, I started with pistol squats. I think on the first time I got like 15. And then from there, I've just built up and built up and built up until I got to 50. I would say until 30 is really where you get the sweet spot. But 50 is just, if you want to experience an insane burn, go for it. And a good way to get a fantastic burn is to not allow yourself any rest, right? That's my or I don't know if it's my second tip, but I would say, you know, time yourself, right? If it's a push up, do it every 2 seconds. If it's a squat, do it every 3 seconds. Whatever works for you, but don't allow yourself to basically rest in between. Because then you're going to start cheating, right? You get 20 reps and then you rest for like a little bit in the position that you're in and you go again. But your rest periods can be longer and longer and longer as time goes on. No, you want to measure it, you want your rest periods between reps to be the same so that you know for sure that you're getting stronger. So in my case, this pistol squat, right? I do it every 3 seconds. If I don't manage to do a pistol squat within 3 seconds, that's when I hit failure. And by the way, hitting failure is very important. I guess in the background videos, which might not be displaying anymore because I've been yapping for so long, right? You see on the 33rd rep, I go up and I stop. I didn't go down again. I didn't fail a rep. So I failed to hit failure. Now that's a bad example. You want to hit failure. No matter how hard the last rep was, no matter how certain you are that you will not get another rep, go for it again. You have, like I said, 3 seconds or 2 seconds or a certain period of time. Like, those last 3 seconds are the most important ones. Go again. Try. Push yourself. Try the full 3 seconds. Try to get that final rep, even if you're gonna fail. Because those final seconds, those are the ones that are true failure. Those are the ones that are, you know, those 3 seconds make the distinction between people who say that this workout is not intense enough because it's only one set, and people who truly understand that one set is enough to hit your maximum intensity to hit a good workout. So that's it regarding the explanation and whatever. Give this workout a try and let me know how it went. And from try number one, you're not gonna immediately be able to push yourself immediately, but like all the way. But if you keep on going, you're gonna get better at it, and the better your results are gonna be as well. So let me know how it goes.